Let's try and find drivers coming up to the line now. Spenny is on a lap, currently 4/10 down, up to the line, and it's provisional pole for the RB. Can she take provisional pole? She is currently improving by a 10th, but is it going to be enough as she comes up to the line? Can Chrisella take pole? Yes, she does. 107.329, and Chrisella will take pole here for the sprint, as Spenny will be starting in P2. Pink down in P5, not good for his championship hopes. As we now go down trackside to 5 red lights for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Chrisella on pole, Spenny P2, lights out, and away we go. And I do think the Mercedes did get the better traction there, but I think Wobbly Unit got a better start than Spenny. Can he challenge into Spenny, going around the outside into turn 1? No, he can't. Vaxi tries to go down the inside, but not able to, as Wobbly Unit goes down the inside of turn 2 on Spenny and gets the move. Spenny down to P3. Can Vaxi now challenge that RB as we go down the straight? And I don't think he's going to be able to. Wobbly Unit, though, is he going to try and challenge Chrisella around the outside, going into turn 4? And I think Wobbly Unit has just about got that, but Chrisella's still trying to hold it down the inside. Chrisella now will have the outside for turn 7, but can she keep in front? No, she can't, as Wobbly Unit goes down the inside and gets into the lead of the sprint. I think Chrisella is still trying to go down the inside, but cannot get it on Wobbly Units. And Chrisella will settle for P2. Vaxi trying to overtake Spenny, but Pink is right behind him, as Pink wants to try and get past Spenny to try and get a bit of a championship leap as we go into the feature race, but still in the sprint, still in P5 at the moment, as I think Kevin is charging up for a move down the inside of Pink. Down the inside he goes. Can he get that move? And he is side by side. Round the outside, he's going to try and turn 2. And he's been pushed off a little bit there. I think he went off on his own accord, though. But look at Failing. Failing goes around the outside, spots that mistake from the Red Bull, and gets it front. Can Failing now try and destroy Pink's day? Can he look for a move down the inside? No, he can't. And Pink will stay in front. And I think they are going off the track there. I think it was Vaxi, as there was a bit of carbon fibre there flying. I think that's just due to the curbing, though. Always Neek tries to make a move. Oh, One Eye tries to make a move on Neek, and One Eye gets sent spinning there, and will now rejoin down in P14. Could have been seen as a bit of an unsafe rejoin, but can Chrisella now use those mediums to get in front of Wobbly Units? And she's going to have a look to the inside. I do think as Pink gets past Vaxi, which is crucial for his championship. And Chrisella goes around the outside. Wobbly Unit still there on the inside. Through turn 2 we go now. And Wobbly Unit just about holds it in there. No contact, thankfully. And both drivers keeping it very clean as we now go down the straight. And it's going to be Wobbly Unit with the advantage of the DRS, and Chrisella tucks in behind the slipstream and doesn't fight that one. As I said, Pink gets past Vaxi and Kevin gets past Failing. And now Kevin can now try and overtake Vaxi. And Pink has been unleashed. And Pink is right behind his championship rival now, and this is going to get spicy. I don't think Failing is going to go for it, but Speed Slasher is going to go for it. Round the outside of the Williams, and Williams tries to hold it down the inside, going into turn 2, and it's still going to be wheel to wheel, no contact at the moment, but the Williams gets much better traction out of turn 2, and will keep P8 at the moment, but Speed Slasher will have the DRS, so will Cheese God. Can Speed Slasher refight it going into turn 4? He goes to the inside, dives down the inside, and there's a little bit of contact there. I think I saw a few sparks, and they're still going to remain at wheel to wheel. Speed Slasher gets a little bit of wheel snap from going on the curbs there, and taps a couple of drivers as an effect by that. And Speed Slasher maybe being a little bit dangerous there with Liam, and I think Liam might be reporting that, but Speed Slasher still down in P10, losing out to that move he attempted to make. And now down the straight, and Pink is looking really close to Spenny, but it's right on board with Pink and see what he can do. Is he going to go for a dive down the inside? No, he isn't, and he is going to stay behind. He's going to respect that his rival is still there, which is exactly what we like to see. But Pink is going to try and fight it down the outside, though. Going into turn 7, 2 championship rivals going wheel to wheel, but Pink having to back out of that one and not able to make the move. Actually, is going to be the first Ferrari to go into the pits. She's got in the pits as well. And is anyone else? Oh, a bit of contact there between Mel and Liam, I think that might have been, or even Clem, as Mel gets into P9 there. Spenny still in P1 with Chrisella behind, and I think both of them are going to pit to cover off the undercuts from Pink, and they do indeed do that. So now we'll see where Pink... And Spenny gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Under pressured by potentially getting back into the championship fight, and makes a mistake, but he is going to be on the soft tyres, but so is Pink. But where will Pink come out compared to the other drivers? And he is going to go side by side with Ferrari. Decides to back out of that one, though. Where will those two come out compared to Pink? As they are currently going through the pit exit, and Pink will be ahead of Chrisella, but Spenny is going to be ahead but has that 10 seconds ruined his chances of getting a win here? But Wobbly Unit 2.3 seconds ahead, but on the medium tyres, as Pink and Failing there go side by side into turn 1. Failing trying to retake it down the inside through turn 2, but through turn 3 a little bit of contact with Failing and Pink, but Pink just marginally stays ahead. But here comes Chrisella as she's going to try and retake Failing, and will try and retake Pink down the inside going into turn 4. Chrisella now up into P4, but it's still going to be side by side with Pink. And can she utilise those softs, those much fresher softs, to keep in front of Pink? Yes, she does. And Chrisella will stay in P4 there. But as we now go down the straight, obviously Spenny will have DRS off Kevin. Chrisella, though, will have DRS off both of them. And we'll get the dose of the double slipstream. And you can see Chrisella is not messing about, as she's already got the move on Chrisella. Can she get down the inside of Kevin as well? Yes, she does, down the inside. And clears it just before the braking turn at turn 1, and Chrisella now back up into P2, and she can now try and chase down Wobbly Unit. She's got and Destroy Drac there, having a swap there. Always Destroy Drac gets a snap of oversteer with some rear brake locking, maybe, I do believe, as Speed Slasher is going to try and get the run on Neek going down the straight. Can Neek defend this in her Aston Martin? I don't think she can, but Clem going down the inside of Mel as well, and Clem does about get that, but pushes off the Williams there. And honestly, I think that was the contact model, and I don't think Clem could have really done more about that. Destroy Drac there, getting a move on Cheese God, and I think that might have been a sort of a switchback move there from Destroy Drac. So really sorry that I didn't capture that, but Cheese God is going to try and fight this. Can he down the inside? No, he can't, but Nick goes for it down the inside of Cheese God, and I'll tell you what, that was a good move, to be fair to her. But through turn 5 we go, and I think Cheese God was pushed off there by Speed Slasher, and Cheese God is going to still try and fight this down the inside of the Aston Martin, but then backs out of that one, and will stay in P10. And is Kevin going to go for it on the Mercedes? No, he doesn't, as Pink goes down the inside of Spenny. Oh, and they've made contact, and Spenny's been sent spinning! Oh no, and the day's just going from bad to worse for Spenny. Down in P6 now, making some contact with his championship rival. Oh, Space Slash is in the wall and has lost an end plate as well. That is not good for the Haas, as he loses the place to Liam and to One Eye as well. Wobbly Unit is just out there in front, probably loving life. Is Pink going to go for it? It's turn 10. Yes, she is. But can she clear that move? As she's going to hold it around the outside of turn 11. But still, it's just going to get an unplate there. Can she keep this? The Red Bull leaving space. And Chrisella going around the outside of turn 12 gets the move, but has she destroyed her chances? Will she have gotten DRS? And I don't think she has. That is going to go to Kevin, but Wobbly Unit is going to come across the line to win the sprint here at Brazil. But can Kevin retake it on Chrisella up to the line? Chrisella just about stays in P2 with Kevin. 7 milliseconds separating Chrisella and Kevin. What a photo finish between those two, and Pink then finishing in P4. Vaxi will finish in P5, Failing in P6, Destroyer Drac in P7, Mel in P8, She's got in P9, and Spenny in P10, not where he wants to be if he's on course to win this championship. But we will now go down to the pits thing as we go to 5 red lights, lights out, and away we go. And I think Chrisella actually got a much better start than Wobbly Unit, but then Kevin retakes it immediately down the inside, so Chrisella not having the best second phase. And into turn 1, Kevin gets into the lead. Wobbly Unit's on the hards as he tries to go around the outside of Chrisella, and I think got that move. Chrisella in P3, and there's a spin in the back there. I think that's Cheese God. Pink, though, still crucially in P4. And I think Vaxi is put into the inside to try and defend off Destroy Drac. As Destroy Drac goes around the outside, but now Failing is going to get in on the action as well. Can Failing do anything? But I don't think he can, as Wobbly Unit and Kevin, they're having a swap going side by side up the hill and into turn 8. Who is going to be victorious out of this one? And I think it is just going to be Kevin. But now Chrisella goes around the outside of the Alpine. Can Chrisella get into P2? Yes, she can. And now Chrisella is in P2. But Pink not able to make the move on Wobbly Unit and will stay in P4. Liam is going to try and make the move though, but he isn't going to be able to. Destroy Track goes up the inside of Failing once again, going into turn 1. Going wide there is Spenny! And Spenny down to P11 and goes, or tries to go around the inside of Clem, but isn't able to. Spenny down to P11, which is definitely not where he not where he needs to be. Failing now going up the inside of Mel, and Wobbly Unit gets up the inside of Chrisella, and so does Pink as well. Chrisella down to P4. Not really too sure what happened with Chrisella there, but down to P4 she goes. But Mel down his P8 as well as Failing gets the move. Oh, and a late dive there by Clem down the inside of Liam and on Mel as well. And around the outside, Clem is going to go, and I think he's just going to be able to get it done on Liam. Always Cheese God trying to go down the inside of Neek there. Neek holds the inside line, but Cheese God's still going to try and fight this round the inside. And all that got a little bit dangerous there from Cheese God, if I'm going to be honest. But gets the move, Neek down into P15 as Mel gets the move on Clem there, and is still going to fight this down the inside. Always Clem gets this bit of oversteer there on the exit of 11. But Mel gets the move, but now Spenny is going to spot that mistake from the Salvo and is going to charge down the inside. I have no idea what happened with my accent there, but Spenny will claim that position. Can he also get the move on Mel as well? Yes, he does down the inside. And Spenny now back up into P8. Destroyer Drac going down the inside of Failing and gets back up into P6. And is he going to try and make a move on Baxi? That's a bit of a dangerous place to go for it. But then backs out of that one. Baxi trying to make a move on One Eye. Down the inside he goes into turn 8. And I'll tell you what, that was a pretty fair send from Baxi. And can he do it? It'll be an amazing move if he can. Oh, has he been tapped by One Eye? And I got to be honest, that is One Eye's fault. Not One Eye's fault. Kevin's fault, sorry. And that is Baxi down in P14. Spenny getting the fastest lap at the moment. So trying to make his mark at the moment. As he's up to P. Where did he get up to P4? Okay, well, Spenny is definitely back on track at the moment. But like I said, Pink, Pink needs to be in the top 4 at least if he wants to keep, if he wants to win the championship. He wins as Christella comes into the pits and gets a 10-second penalty. That's exactly what happens to Spenny as Pink takes the lead of the race at the moment. Spenny still in P3 as Christella is getting close to Liam, and Christella trying to find the switch back there, and she finds it and will just about get side by side with Liam. And can Christella fully clear the McLaren? Yes, she does. Up into P9 as Pink heads into the pits as he does not want to be held up anymore. As Failing gets past Liam there around the outside, going into turn 1, although he is going to hold it wheel to wheel as Liam holds it down the inside. Failing down the inside of turn 2, and Liam is still going to try and fight this down the inside into turn 3. And Failing will have the doesn't have the DRS actually, and I think Liam will claim that P8 spot at the moment, and Failing will be in P9. I think it is Leclerc's, yeah, to be completely honest. The only thing that can destroy that is if Ferrari do a Ferrari, and Failing's made a mistake there as he's got a 10-second penalty. And me talking about Ferrari mistakes, and Ferrari have had a Ferrari moment with Failing, and I don't really know what he's doing right now. I don't know. Speed Slasher and Cheese God though going side by side into turn 1 as Cheese God holds it down the inside of turn 2. A little bit of contact, but Speed Slasher has just been able to stay in front going into the straight. So, and obviously we'll have DRS, and that will keep him in front of Cheese God. If I can speak again. Baxi, no, sorry, not Baxi. Speed Slasher trying to go down the inside of Cheese God once again. And this time Cheese God just gets ahead of Speed Slasher, but Speed Slasher will have the DRS. And we'll try and retake it down the straight as Neek has retired in the pits. Oh, and Williams is still going to try and hold that on the Haas. I think the Haas has just been able to stay in front, but it's still going to be side by side coming in. And look at Vaxi going down the inside of the Williams as well. And there's a little bit of contact, but Vaxi gets in front. Cheese God down in P9. Liam in P11, 14 seconds behind as Spenny has come into the pits. And I think Pink will easily get past, but Spenny will have the medium tyres. Destroyer Drac in as well. Spenny obviously going on to the mediums as I expected. So it's going to be a matter of time as to when Spenny will hopefully repass Pink and get the win, hopefully, if he can. But it's going to be a bit of a challenge to do that, coming down in and coming out in P4. Christella, I think, might have had a moment as she's not as close as she was to Pink the previous laps. But Wobbly Unit is going to try and make the move on the Mercedes, but the Mercedes blocking them in. But Wobbly Unit has the outside and can go down the inside, but Christella will still hold the inside for turn 3. And can Christella stay in front? Wobbly Unit will have the DRS, so will Christella, as Christella has been forced to pretty much, well, try and give up the position. Christella is still going to try and fight this down the inside into turn 4. Christella will then have the inside for turn 5, but she will then have the outside for the next couple of turns. But through that, Crisella just stays in front. Some good defensive driving there from the Mercedes. I can watch it anyway after I've done the highlights. Whereas Wobbly Unit is going to try to go around the outside there of Crisella, but can't get it through the first corner. Can he hold it around the outside? Yes, he does. And can he finally get it done going down the inside now as Spenny is going to try and look in on this as well. As Crisella's gone wide, and Spenny looks for it down the inside, and Spenny round the outside. Can he get it done on the Mercedes? Yes, he does. As Spenny now in the podium positions, as Crisella is in P4. Wobbly Unit and Spenny both getting past the Mercedes. Pink still not out of DRS range at the moment. Spenny can still do something. Crisella, though, is looking quick. Crisella is going to go down the inside of one and possibly all two of them. And Crisella gets down the inside of Wobbly Unit, has the outside for turn 2, through turn 3. Spenny's now going to try and fight this round the outside on those medium tyres. Crisella is still going to try and fight this though, down the inside, but can Spenny get the move on Wobbly Unit? No, he can't. Crisella goes down the inside. Can he get it stick? Oh, can she get it stick though? And I think she can't. As Spenny stays in P3, but Speed Slasher picking up a penalty there. Obviously, don't forget Crisella has that 10-second penalty as well. As Wobbly Unit goes down the inside of Pink there. Oh, Spenny tries to go free as well. Both championship rivals going side by side. It didn't work out all those laps ago, but they made it through there without getting contact. But now down the straight, and Spenny gets in front of Pink. And now Spenny just has to get as far in front as he can and just hope that Pink cannot finish in the top 4. As there's some yellow flags there, and is that Crisella? I think it might have been Crisella having another moment there in Destroyer Track getting past. And yeah, Crisella doesn't have a front wing, so I think Crisella might have had a spin there. Vaxi is looking close, and oh man, I think Crisella just crashed into the barrier. Virtual safety car! And you can see Crisella is indeed there in the middle of the track and going into the barrier. That is not a sight that I want to see, but it does sort of allow some drivers to save their tyres a little bit. Liam Pearce for the softs by the looks of it, so maybe just trying to regain the fastest lap probably. Obviously he can take it, being in the top 10, as Spenny and Wobbly Unit go side by side there, as Spenny just goes around the outside, as Speed Slasher gets a 10-second penalty for spinning in the pit lane, and Wobbly Unit is still in P2, so Spenny really putting up a fight with Wobbly Unit at the moment, but obviously Pink is still there. Spenny just trying to get down the inside at every opportunity he can, but he's not going to be able to do it. He might be able to do it down the straight though, but Pink is still there though, but I think he's too far back. But as we are now going to go around the final corner, can Spenny get the overtake to at least get the win? But it isn't going to matter. Wobbly Unit is going to try and dump everything down the straight. And I think it is going to be Wobbly Unit who will take the win here at Brazil and will win the Brazilian Grand Prix. Spenny finishes in P2, but isn't enough as Pink crosses the line in P3 to be the Division 4 Drivers' Champion. And that is an absolute incredible season there for Pink. Been absolutely incredible. And Pink is the Division 4 World Drivers' Champion. Congratulations to Pink. Commiserations to Spenny. But that has been an absolute amazing season from Pink, as he can now go on as the champion of Division 4. Mel there finishes in P4 with Destroyer Track in P5. 24 milliseconds though, separating those two. Vaxi will then come home in P6. Cheese God will finish in P7. Cheese God will finish in P8 with fading all the way down in P9, and Liam has already finished in P10 but fading in P9. And because I haven't probably said it, let me say it again. Pink, you are the Division 4 driver... how does it go? Is the Division 4 champion of the world. There we go. I've probably said it, and it's actually started running at Brazil as well, but it didn't matter as the race is finished with Pink in third and taking the Division 4 Drivers' Champion.